All right, so go ahead and make your way onto your back in a comfortable position, whatever that is for you, whether it's your legs extended out like Shavasana or bottoms of the feet together, knees apart. And then arms are either at your sides, palms up, or if you need a little help with focusing on your breath, place your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your heart. And just close your eyes. And take the first few breaths to just acknowledge whatever thoughts are in your mind right now. And then just kind of let them float away like clouds. And then start to bring your awareness to the breath. Noticing your inhales coming through the nose. That breath is filling up your belly and your right hand is rising up. And then as you exhale, notice that breath sinking down, belly button drawing toward the spine. Keep exhaling till you have nothing left. And then begin to breathe in slowly. So my quote for you all this morning is happiness is letting go of what you think your life is supposed to look like and celebrating it for everything that it is. I'll read that one more time. It's a good one. Happiness is letting go of what you think your life is supposed to look like and celebrating it for everything that it is. So take a moment and set an intention for your practice. Your intention can be super simple. Being present, making your poses feel good. Ellen, yours should be something about taking it easy, right? You're just coming back. So take it easy for yourself and really nourish your practice. And then together, take a long, slow inhale through the nose and fill up even more than you have in your previous breaths. Keep breathing in. Pause at the top. And then open your mouth and let it go. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. And then go ahead and draw your knees back into the chest. Give them a squeeze and just gently rock from side to side. Massaging your low back. And then bring your thighs together and you're going to make some circles. So go one direction a couple of times. And then go the opposite way. And then let both of your knees fall over to the right. You're going to extend your left arm and look over your left shoulder. And just take a couple of deep breaths here into that low back. And then switch it up the other way. Hi, good morning. You're going to need 2 blocks and a strap this morning. One more breath here. And then come on back to center. We're going to walk your feet in toward your body. We're going to just take a little moving, flowing bridge here for a moment. So you're going to press into your feet, lift your hips, and reach your arms up over your head onto the floor. And then as you exhale, come back down, bring your arms down and your spine and your hips come down. On your next inhale, send your legs up to the sky, reach them up. And then you're going to come up like a boat pose. Find a little boat pose for just a moment. And then let your feet come down. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, using your core, go slowly round your spine, take your time. Don't just plop down. When you get to the floor, slide your feet in. Inhale, lift your hips, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, come back down. As you inhale, your legs go up to the sky. As you exhale, reach forward, find that boat pose, get a little bit of hang time. Let your feet come down. Inhale, reach up. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, go slow, slow, slow here. Control it with your core. Slide your feet in. Inhale, lift your hips, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, everything comes down. Inhale, lift your feet up to the sky. As you exhale, reach the legs forward and the arms. This time we're going to hang a little longer, so get excited for your little boat ride. Now to modify, fingertips behind your back. So don't be afraid to modify. especially if you have a bad back. Stay right here. So flex your feet, keep your legs really active, and we're gonna do little pulses right here. Just lift the knees toward the chest. Little pulses. 8 more, 7, 6. Remember, you can have your hands behind you. 4, 3, 2, and then stay right here. Bring your hands together. Maybe, and I like pointer fingers like Charlie's Angels. You can do that where you lace your fingers, except the pointer finger. Little pulses here. 8, 7, 6. Again, you can skip the arms and have them behind you for support. 2 more. And then take it over to the other side right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more. Then come back to center with a big smile. Big inhale, and then crisscross your ankles and just sit up nice and tall. Okay, are you warm? I'm warm. Grab your strap. Strap, dish towel, hand towel. If you don't have one, go grab one. Steal the strap from your robe, that will work too. Okay, so you're gonna take your arms out in front of you, and your shoulder should be about, your strap should be about shoulder width distance apart. So I want you to think about pulling the strap apart. So your arms are active, and then inhale, reach up. So you're pulling the strap apart. Good, and then just take a side body stretch. Reach over to the side. Should feel good on your left side body. Gaze can be up at the ceiling or straight ahead toward your screen. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take it the other way. And then inhale, come back to center. So we're gonna make a little circle, but I want you to keep pulling your strap. So you're gonna come forward a little bit, keep pulling the strap apart, and then you're gonna lean back. You're gonna nice stretch in your chest. Do that again, the same direction. Feel it in your back as you pull the strap apart. And then go the opposite way. Good morning, Vanessa. I think that's you on the screen. And then come back to center, big inhale, and then let your strap go. We'll use that, not for a while, but have it handy. And then from here, just come onto your hands and knees, setting up in a tabletop position. Wrists are facing the front of your mat, and just take some cat-cows. Make it feel good. You might want to add in the hip circles at the end of your exhale, or maybe a child's pose. Remembering child's pose is available anytime your body needs a break. So we're going to meet in downward facing dog. So if you want to take a few more cat-cows, go for it. Otherwise, go ahead and tuck your toes and walk your feet back into a downward facing dog. Relax your head and neck. Spread your fingers out. You don't need to look forward at your hands, but just spread the fingers. Look back toward your feet. If you see your heels, go ahead and adjust them and hide them behind the balls of your feet so you don't see them. And you can take your dog for a walk, bending one knee at a time. 2 more breaths here. And then come on forward to a plank position. So shoulders are over your wrists, and go ahead and walk your feet back a little longer, and then send your heels to the back of your mat. So you should feel this long line of energy from the crown of your head down your spine to your heels. Take one more inhale here. You're pressing into both palms, stay lifted. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows, slowly lower chaturanga, using control to come all the way down. Good. Hug those elbows in. Inhale, lift your heart for cobra. Exhale and lower. Do that 2 more times. Keep it nice and low. Tops of the feet stay on the floor. 1 more time. From here, tuck your toes under. All you're going to do is lift your knees off the mat. Fire up your quadriceps and then press into both palms. You'll be in plank. You can always modify with your knees down, and then downward facing dog as you exhale. Go ahead and take your right leg up behind you, down dog split, and bend your knee and just stack your hip. So think of your hips in like a half moon pose. So you're stacking that right hip over the left. Maybe rotate your ankles, or you can do some hip circles here if you like. And then release your right leg back up to the sky and let it come on down, and you'll switch it up. Left leg goes up. Bend your knee and stack that hip and add those circles if you want to. And then come on back to downward facing dog. We're going to look forward and walk your feet to the top of your mat. Take as many steps as you need to get there. Hands on your shins. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, and just fold over your thighs. Shake your head out, yes or no. Maybe bend your knees if your hamstrings are tight. Inhale, look forward, press away, get long. Exhale, and fold. We're going to take your arms out like airplane wings. So find a nice long spine parallel to the floor. And then inhale, you're going to rise up, reach up and look up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, long spine, hinge and fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, and just pause here. Take an inhale, find that nice long line of energy. As you exhale, bend the elbows, slowly lower with control. Inhale, lift your heart for cobra, or if you want to go to up dog, feel free. And then just tuck your toes under downward facing dog. Stay here 2 to 3 breaths. Your lips stay softly closed. You're breathing in and out through the nose. Firing up that Ujjayi Pranayama breath, which is that ocean sounding breath. At the end of your exhale, look forward, walk or float your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach your arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to go through that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Surya Namaskara A. As you exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank and lower slow chaturanga. Inhale, burst your heart through cobra or upward facing dog. And then as you exhale, roll over those toes, downward facing dog. Stay here and just breathe. One more breath. At the end of your exhale, walk or float your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale and fold. You can go ahead and take your feet a little bit wider, hip distance or even a little more. You're going to grab your opposite elbows and let your head hang heavy. So picture your arms like you're making a frame around your face. And then if you want to add some movement, you can sway slowly from side to side. Or you might find that stillness feels better. So do whatever feels good in your body. One more breath. And then if you're swaying, just come on back to center. And then from here, inhale, look forward, release those arms. You're going to exhale and just fold. Keep your right foot where it is and take a big step back with your left foot. So you're in a runner's lunge. We're going to drop your left knee to the mat and walk your hands up on your thigh. From here, relax your shoulders down your back and you're going to press away from yourself so your spine is upright. And then you can sweep your arms up if you want to. It's going to be more supportive to have your hands on your thigh. So just listen to your body and see what feels right. Keep pressing into the ball of your left foot, sending your hips forward, and you should feel a nice stretch on the top of this left hip flexor. You want to grab your opposite elbows, maybe lean back. It feels good. You can try that. One more breath. You're just going to release your hands to the floor. Left hand is going to stay down. You're going to take a twist. You can keep your knee down or you can lift it up as you sweep your right arm up to the sky. Notice if your right knee is rolling out and try to draw it in toward your chest. One more breath. Release your hand down. So from here, you might want your blocks. We're gonna work towards straightening your right leg. So it's always nice to have your blocks or your paper towel rolls next to you. And then you just fold and press into the blocks or the paper towels and just take a few breaths here. Think about hugging your right hip back. You're high up on the ball of your left foot and you're working towards straightening the right leg. One more breath. We're gonna come on back to your lunge. You're gonna step your left foot forward to the top of your mat. From here, inhale, look forward. And then exhale, fold. We're gonna keep your left foot where it is. Take a big step back with that right foot. Find that nice long lunge. And then drop your right knee to the floor. You're gonna walk your hands up on the front thigh. Good, relax your shoulders. So now press into the ball of your right foot. Come forward with your hips. And then press away so your spine stays upright. You don't wanna be leaning forward like this. Press away. Option to reach the arms up. If you grab the elbows, see if you can do the awkward way and put the other arm in front and maybe lean back as you press your hips forward by pressing into the ball of your right foot. One more big inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands down. We're gonna lift the knee and take a twist, actually option to lift the knee. You can keep your knee down, left arm up and left knee is hugging in toward the midline. So think about it coming in toward your body. One more breath. And then release your hands down, maybe to your blocks or the floor. Press into it and you're gonna fold over that front thigh. So you're high up on the right ball of the right foot. Left hip is drawing back, head is relaxed. One more breath. Come back to your lunge. Go ahead and move your props to the front of your mat. We'll use them there later. Step your left foot back to plank. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, slowly lower through your vinyasa. Your inhale is your back bend, and your exhale is down dog or child's pose anytime you need it. Stay here and breathe. Take one more breath. And then as you exhale, open your mouth and sigh it out. Make some noise. On your next inhale, take your right leg and just reach it back. Think about reaching back as opposed to up to the sky, and press into both palms so it's nice and long. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, you're gonna drive your knee forward toward your chest, look forward and plant your foot at the top of your mat. So you're back in your runner's lunge. If your foot doesn't quite get where you want it, just grab it and move it. And then let your left knee come to the floor. Inhale, come on up to crescent B, sending your hips forward. And then as you exhale, you're gonna lift your knee and sweep your arms back behind you. As you inhale, drop the knee, inhale into crescent B. As you exhale, lift the knee and sweep back. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, keep your knee lifted this time, stay here and rise up to crescent pose. So crescent A, that knee is lifted, but if you're modifying, go ahead and drop your knee. So your spine is upright, just like we did in the warm up. Turn your pinkies in toward the midline. That will help relax your shoulders down the back. Couple more breaths right here. We're gonna take a twist. Your right arm is gonna go back, left arm forward, and then challenge your balance to look back. And really reach back through the right hand like you're trying to reach somebody behind you. Keep your arms where they are, just look forward. Your right hand's gonna come to your back thigh, and your left arm is gonna reach up and back. With, again, the option, you can drop your knee here. Might feel better to take the balance out of it and get more into your hips. So now I want you to look forward. You're gonna sweep both arms up to the sky. We're back in our crescent. And then just bring your left hand down, take a twist, right arm up to the sky. Now you can stay here in your twist or spin your left foot flat, and we're gonna take a side plank, which you can modify by dropping your left knee. But your right arm is reaching up, and I want you to think about your right hip like somebody's lifting it up. like you're getting a hand underneath you and it's lifting you toward the ceiling. Can you reach up a little more with your right hand? One more breath. Take the arm over your ear and then down to the floor. So now we're in a plank. So if you're in your twist, step your right foot back. And then we're gonna all lower chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Pause and breathe here. Couple of deep breaths. On your next inhale, your left leg reaches up and back. One more big inhale here, and then as you exhale, drive your knee forward, use your core, and then look forward, plant your foot at the top of your mat. So set up your lunge, and then drop your right knee. You're gonna inhale, crescent B, send those hips forward. As you exhale, lift the knee, sweep the arms back. Do that 2 more times. This time you're gonna keep the knee lifted if you can. You can always keep it on the ground and rise up into crescent pose. So A, your knee is lifted, B, your knee is down. It really doesn't matter. Do what feels right in your body. Can you soften your shoulders down your back a little bit? Maybe release the jaw if you're clenching your jaw. And then take a twist. Left arm back, right arm forward, and try to look back toward that left hand and reach back behind you. So your spine is really upright. You're not leaning forward. Good, now look forward. Left hand to your back thigh, reach the arm up and lift the gaze. Always an option to drop your right knee to the floor. One more breath, and then just look forward. Sweep your left arm up to the sky. You're back in your crescent. One more big inhale, and then right hand down, left arm up. Take your twist. You can stay here or spin your right foot flat and your left foot's gonna step back to side plank. You can modify by dropping the right knee to the floor and taking a modified variation. So reach up to that left hand a lot and then take it over your ear, get long. Left hand comes down. If you're in your twist, step your left foot back. We're all in plank and lower through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Child's pose is welcome here as well. On your next inhale, your right leg is going to reach up. If you're in child's pose, stay as long as you like. As you exhale, drive your knee forward. Plant your foot. Drop your left knee. Inhale, crescent B, reach up. As you exhale, sweep those arms back, lift the knee. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, crescent B, send those hips forward. Exhale, sweep those arms back. Keep your knee lifted this time. Inhale, crescent B. As you exhale, take your twist, right arm back, look back. What are you afraid of if you lose your balance? Look forward, right hand to the back thigh. Exalted warrior, reach up and back. Sweep your right arm up, gaze forward, you're in crescent pose. So this time I just want you to sweep your arms back behind you. We're gonna come into warrior 3. So if you know you're gonna use your blocks, grab them and take your warrior 3 here. If you prefer your hands at your heart. Otherwise, keep your arms reaching back or reaching forward. So if your hands are at your heart, take them out like wings. If you're reaching back, same thing, reach out like wings. If your hands are on blocks, stay right here. So we're all gonna bring the right hand to the block. I want you to place the block to the diagonal of your right pinky toe. So it's slightly forward and to the side. Left hand to your hip. We're gonna come into a half moon pose. So flex your left toes, hands on the hip until you feel ready. Reach your left arm up. Maybe you don't feel ready and you stay here, that's fine. But think about these hips stacking and your shoulders. Flex your left toes, keep that left leg active. One more breath. I want you to gracefully step back, big step back into warrior 2. So your right knee is bent. Check out your feet. Right toes face the front. Right heel is in line with your back foot. And your back foot is turned in just a little bit. So your left toes aren't straight to the side. They're slightly forward. Sink into your right knee. Reach through both arms. Don't have these like floppy arms. Really engage them. Hug the muscles toward the bones. We're going to reverse your warrior. So just reach to the back, and then we're going to straighten your right leg. So you're in a reverse triangle. So imagine you're pressing a button underneath your right toe and press down into the mat with your right big toe and see if you can grow a little longer. Keep that and then bend your right knee. Keep that length that you feel in the right side body. And then come on up to warrior two. Side angle pose. You can have your forearm to the thigh and kind of use this forearm to nudge your right knee open a little bit. Maybe you grab your blocks and place it in front or behind your right foot. As far as your arms, do what you like. Go exploring, see what feels good. Maybe arm over the ear, that feels good to me today, but you might want a half wrap. I did something to my shoulder, so that bothers me, so I'm not gonna go there. One more breath, and we're gonna come back to warrior two. So resist straightening your leg, just come on up, stay here and breathe. Find that nice deep breath you practiced when we first started. Reverse your warrior. You're gonna straighten your right leg, get that nice release, press down into that right big toe again. Come on up. We're gonna come into triangle pose, so if you like shortening your stance, bump your left foot up, good, and then reach forward. Two straight legs, your right hand comes down, wherever it lands, left arm up. The important thing here with your alignment, look down at your right foot, your head should be pretty much in line with your foot. If you're forward, like I'm showing you right now, you wanna lift your hand higher up on your leg and lean back. So find that imaginary wall that your shoulders and hips would be touching if you had that wall right behind you. Again, like in warrior two, do what you like with your arms, go exploring. If you wanna work your core, you can reach your right arm forward. We're gonna come all the way up. Go ahead and grab your strap. You're gonna place it in your right hand. And we're gonna turn your toes to the side. So your strap's gonna be in your right hand. Your big toes are gonna turn in, so you're kind of pigeon-toed, and your heels are wider. That strap is gonna come behind you. So it's gonna look like this. And then this left arm's gonna reach behind and clasp something. And then from there, you'll inhale and look up, and then fold over your thighs. So let your head hang heavy, shake it out, yes and no. Now, right now, be honest with yourself. And if you're feeling discomfort in your low back, please release the strap and let your hands just come to the floor. Just means you need a little more support for your low back. That's all. Doesn't mean you're a bad yogi. You're a great yogi, listening to your body. Couple more deep breaths here. And then release your strap and just let it fall onto the other side of your yoga mat, because we'll use it there next. And then from here, left hand down, right arm up, take a twist. And then release that, switch it up. You can also be up on the fingertips or up on a block, or your paper towel roll works well here too. One more breath. Release that hand down. You're gonna walk your hands to your hips and inhale, rise on up. Good, turn your right toes forward, find your warrior two. Real simple transition, bring your hands down to a lunge. From here, you can either take your twist or find your Vashisthasana side plank. Maybe you lift your leg this time. Maybe you find a tree pose. Maybe you modify, take the foot behind you, get a nice back bend. One more breath. We're gonna meet in plank. Pause here, and then slowly lower chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, your left leg reaches up and back. You're going to step that knee forward, drive the knee forward, plant that foot at the top of your mat, drop your right knee to the floor. Good. Inhale, rise up, crescent B, hips go forward. Exhale, lift the knee, sweep back. One more time. We're going to keep that knee lifted. If you want, you can always ignore that and keep your knee down. Arms go up. Take your twist, left arm back, right arm forward. Exalted warrior, look forward, left hand to your right thigh, right arm reaches up and back. Inhale, reach your left arm up to meet your right. So we're gonna come into that warrior three. So if you know you want your hands at your heart, keep it there. If you're gonna use your blocks, have your blocks shoulder height so your arms are right underneath your shoulders. What's important in this pose is that your right leg is super duper active. So you're reaching back through those right toes. So if your arms are somewhere else, bring them like wings or keep your hands on your blocks. We're gonna bring your left hand to the block and move it to the diagonal of your left pinky toe. Peel your right hip open with your right hand. And then maybe sweep the arm up. Maybe look up. Flex your right toes, energize your right hand. That will help you stay balanced. Think about rising up as opposed to dumping the weight down in your left hand on the block. One more breath. You're gonna bend your left knee and gracefully take a big step back. Use the length of your mat. And then sink into your warrior two, checking your foot alignment. Left foot is in line with your right. Left toes are facing forward, not turning in or out. Your right toes are turned in slightly. Reach through your arms. Soften your shoulders. Again, if you're clenching your jaw, release it. Reverse your warrior, reach up and back. We're gonna straighten your left leg, stay in this reverse position. Now pressing down in that left big toe. Your legs should feel active. Keep all that length and then sink back into your knee. Reverse warrior. And then come on up, side angle pose, left forearm to thigh. Right arm can reach up, over the ear, half wrap, you choose. Notice your left knee, if it's rolling in, you want it to press away toward that pinky edge of your left foot. As far as your right foot, it should be active. The outer edge should be pressing into your mat. Right shoulders peeling open. Inhale, reverse, reach up and back. Straighten that left leg again. Keep the leg straight this time, come on up. Moving into your triangle, if you want to shorten your stance, bump your right foot up a little, and then reach forward, left hand down, right arm up. So again, finding that shape, it's very similar now that we did the half moon. This is very similar to a half moon, except both feet are on the floor. That's really the main difference. You can do that alignment check by looking down, make sure your head is not way in front of that left leg. Try to draw the sternum back. 2 more breaths here. Make sure you're breathing. On your next inhale, come on up. We're gonna turn your left toes in now, grab your strap with your left hand, and you're gonna reach that arm up. Do the same thing, bend the elbow and sweep the right hand behind you. Inhale, look up, and then lead with your heart as you exhale and fold over your thighs. Take some deep breaths here. And again, honor your body. If your low back is feeling sensations that don't feel good, go ahead and release your hands to the blocks or the floor. Two more breaths here. And then go ahead and release the strap. Just have it off the mat anywhere. So a couple options here. You can, if you have a headstand practice and you want to safely take that, you can go there. Other options, you can grab your ankles, you can grab your big toes and pull yourself through. Maybe take your arms behind you if your shoulders are tight and lace your fingers. So do what feels right in your body. Take about 4 breaths wherever you want to go. Two more breaths. If you are in a headstand, feel free to stay as long as you like. For the rest of us, we are going to just come forward, walk around into a runner's lunge. So your left foot is facing the front. And either take that twist, right hand down, left arm up, or spin to the outer edge of that right foot and find any variation of Vashisthasana. It's always recommended to do what you did on the other side, if you remember. Take one more breath, and we're all going to meet in a plank pose. And slowly lower Chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart for Cobra or Up Dog, and find your way into Down Dog or Child's Pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Come back to your intention. If you forgot it, bring it back. If your mind started going to your to-do list for your day, try to bring it back right here on your mat, being present with your experience, with your breath pattern, sensations in the body. One more breath. And then just look forward, walk or float your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, fold. With a long spine, inhale, rise to standing, reach your arms on up. And as you exhale, draw your hands together at your heart. So we're gonna set up for tree pose. We're gonna start with that right foot being down, and you're gonna place your left foot either at your ankle, below your knee, or above your knee. So basic tree, whatever you like. And then as far as your arms go, because we have another wildcat in the house, I'm gonna suggest cactus arms for you, Sunny. Or if you wanna take a tree pose, you can reach your arms up to the sky. Your eyes should be fixed on something that is not moving in front of you, so don't look at your dog. From here, I want you to lift your left knee up in front of you and just step it back slowly into a runner's lunge. And we're back in a crescent pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. So I'm gonna suggest a deeper twist here. If you wanna just release your hand down, feel free. You're gonna bring your hands right to your sternum in a prayer position. And I want you to inhale, lift your sternum really tall, and then take that left elbow across your body for a prayer twist. Now, options, you can stay right here. You can drop your knee and really try to get the twist more so than the balance. You can open the arms. You can take a half or full wrap. You can take your arms to the side and take an arm balance if you want. So pick an option that feels good and just stick with it. Send your right hip back. Send the crown of the head forward. 2 more breaths right here. All you're gonna do is release your hands to the mat. You're gonna press into your hands and send your right leg up. It's gonna feel good. Bend your knee, open the hip, and if you wanna flip your dog, flip all the way over where the ball of the right foot comes down, and you reach your right arm over your ear. You can just stay with that leg extended or bent knee. We're gonna come back to plank. Take a vinyasa. We're gonna repeat that on the left side, and then we're gonna take it down to the floor. At the end of your exhale, walk or float your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Reach your arms up to the sky. Bring your hands to your heart. This time your left foot's gonna stay down and you're gonna bring your right foot anywhere that feels right. Might be different on this side. So hands can stay at the heart, maybe cactus arms to open that chest, or reach the arms overhead. Keep rooting down in your left foot and rising up through the crown of the head. On your next inhale, just bring your right knee in front of you. You can bring the hands to your heart if you like. We're gonna find warrior three and then just step back into crescent pose. Reach that right foot way, way back. Slide the ball of the foot back. Inhale the arms up. Bring your hands to your heart, hands in a prayer position. Inhale, lift the sternum, and then take that right elbow on the outside of the knee and take a prayer twist. Again, those options, you can drop the knee and work the twist more. You can release the right hand down, left arm up, arm balance, or a wrap. Left hip is drawing back as the crown of the head reaches forward. One more breath. You're going to release your hands down to the mat. Press into the palms. Left leg goes up. Bend the knee, open the hip, or flip your dog. Let that left foot come down. Send your hips up. Should feel so good. One more breath. Slowly find your way to plank. Slowly lower all the way down. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. And let's meet in a child's pose. Take your knees wide. Bring your big toes to touch. And then send your hips back. If you feel any tenderness in your knees, you can always take a blanket and roll it up, or a beach towel, and just put it behind your knees. That way you won't go so deep in the bend and it'll feel a little better on your knees. Let's walk your hands off to the left side of your mat. Send that right hip back, putting a little extra effort there. And then walk your hands over to the right side. Do the same thing. Now that left hip sinks back. Walk your hands back to center. And then make your way up onto all fours. Bring those knees closer together from your child's pose, and then let your hips just come to either side and swing your legs around in front of you. So we're gonna take, our hip opener today is gonna be a double pigeon pose. So we're gonna take your left shin and just bend it. And then options, you can take your ankle. If this works for you, ideally you want your ankle and knee and ankle stacked. So it looks something like this. You might have your knee resting. You might have a big space. If so, you can put the paper towel rolls right here. If this is uncomfortable, all you're gonna do is bring the right shin in front in a cross-legged position, okay? From here, if you wanna intensify it, option, grab your strap. It's gonna go in your left hand. And you'll do that same thing where the right arm reaches behind. This is an option. It's gonna make it more intense because shoulders and hips are two places we hold stress and tension. So you can try it and stick with it or let it go. But take a big inhale. I want you to flex both feet. Your left elbow is pointing up, and then you're gonna come forward and fold. If this is not for you with your arms, just let your arms come forward. Always an option to grab your block and rest your forehead to take any stress out of your neck. Let's take a slow inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. Inhale, exhale. One more time, just like that. Inhale, exhale, and then slowly walk your hands back if you're not using the strap. Otherwise, let the strap go. And you're just gonna switch things up. So just go to the other side, either other leg on top or other shin in front. And then the strap would go in your right hand. Bend the elbow, reach behind, flex both feet. Make sure you keep your feet flexed. Inhale with a long spine, maybe look up, and then come forward and fold. Deep breaths here. Slow inhale for 4. Exhale for 4 through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly come on up. Release your arms. Let that strap go. Take your legs out in front of you. Give them a little, I call this jiggle asana. Just let it jiggle. And then you're going to grab your left thigh and literally lift it and roll it in for the midline. So you take like the fleshy parts and move them out and do the same thing. This helps root your sitting bones down. Flex your feet. You've got a strap or a dish towel. You can place it around your feet because I want your legs straight. I want your quadriceps engaged. So lift the kneecaps and flex your feet. And then you wrap the strap once or twice around your hands. Sit up tall. Keep your feet flexed, keep your legs active as you pull your heart forward. So your heart's coming forward. Notice the backs of your thighs. They should be pressing down into the mat. They shouldn't have the bent knees. Oh. So if you're playing along on my playlist, I just skip forward a few to Girl. Nice song. One more breath here. And then if you've got your strap, go ahead and release that. You're gonna roll it up. So we're gonna make our way onto our backs for the remainder of class. So you're gonna need one of these. You're gonna need your strap. And if you like to have a blanket or something to cover your eyes for Shavasana, grab that all now so you don't have to come back up and grab it. How are we doing on time? All right, we're gonna do one back bend. So walk your feet in. If you're kind of done or you're recovering from, I don't know, COVID or something, go ahead and take your block underneath you and just relax on it. Or maybe you're not even recovering, you just want to take it easy. Put the block underneath you. Other options, you can just lift your hips, find your bridge, maybe bend your elbows and press the elbows down, lifting those hips up. If you want to come into full wheel, you're welcome to. I'm not going to demonstrate that though. So while you're here, the energy is going down in the feet. You'll feel your hips lift. You'll feel your thighs engage. Draw the thighs toward the midline like you have a tennis ball that you're squeezing between your thighs. 2 more breaths. If you are laying on a block, go ahead and lift your hips up, remove the block, and we're all going to lower onto our spine. I'm going to have you take your feet to the edges of your mat. So left foot by the left edge, right foot by the right edge. Let both of your knees fall left. You're going to take your arms to the sides. Look over your right shoulder. And then switch that up. Let your knees fall right. Your gaze goes left. Do that one more time at your own pace. Make it feel good. And then come on back to center. Grab your strap for me. And we're going to place it on the ball of your right foot. So you should have enough strap so that your leg is straight, regardless how tight your hamstrings are. Give yourself enough strap or hand towel to do that. And then wrap the strap or towel around your hand once so it's nice and tight. And then go ahead and extend your left leg And if it feels okay in your body, your back isn't yelling at you, keep your legs straight. Otherwise, keep your knee bent. You're going to just slowly draw the leg toward your chest, resisting temptation to bend your knee. A little bend is perfect. A little micro bend is where you want to be. This is a great stretch for all you runners that might have some tight hamstrings. We're going to move the straps into your right hand. Let your left arm go to the left, and you're going to look at it and slowly open your leg to the right. Hold the strap so it's nice and tight. And then we're going to do the opposite. Bring your leg to center. Your left hand will grab both straps. Your right arm falls right. Look at your right arm and guide your leg across your body. Now, this is a pretty intense stretch for your IT band. Pretty much any physical activity can make this pretty tight. So breathe into that sensation you're feeling. I'm feeling a lot. So the breath helps. Make sure you're breathing. On your next inhale, you're going to bring your leg back to center, one hand on each strap. Take your left foot, replace the right foot with your left. So the strap moves to the ball of your left foot. Wrap the strap once or twice around your hands and straighten the right leg. Make sure that feels okay. Otherwise, you'll bring the bend back. And slowly, gently, you're drawing that straight left leg that has just a little micro bend toward your chest. Let's move the straps into your left hand. Both straps in the left hand. Right arm goes right. Look at your right arm as your leg opens to the left. It helps to flex your right foot as well to keep that leg grounded. Bring your leg back to center. Your right hand will grab both straps. Your left arm falls open. You look at your left arm and guide your leg across your body. Deep, deep breaths here. And bring that leg back to center. You're going to bend your left knee and just let that strap go completely. From here, please grab your blocks. If you have paper towel rolls, don't grab it. I'm going to give you something else to do. So if you don't have an actual block, all I want you to do is be here. Just have your legs up. If you have a block, press down in your feet and slide the block underneath you. This doesn't really work well with paper towel rolls because you'll end up just smushing the roll. So from here, if you're on a block, you're going to take your legs up and be in that same shape you would without a block. You want to have your ankles, knees, and hips in one straight line. Take some deep breaths, maybe close your eyes if you feel comfortable. One more deep breath here. You're slowly going to bring your feet to the floor. If you're on a block, when your feet hit the mat, lift your hips to remove it. So we'll all meet on our spine. Go ahead and draw your knees into your chest and just gently rock from side to side. You can keep your knees wide. It can feel really good. And then hug your right knee and let your left leg go long. Squeeze that knee in. And with your left hand, you're going to guide your knee across your body for a final twist, preparing your body for Shavasana. And then come on back to center. And we'll switch it up. Draw your left knee in. And with your right hand, guide your knee across your body. Extend your left arm, look left. And then come on back to center. So before you relax into Shavasana, if you are using the playlist, you're going to want to switch it to the very last song, although the REM song is really good too. So you can play that one or the very last song. Otherwise, you're going to draw your knees into your chest, wrap your forearms around, give yourself a squeeze. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, release it into our final pose, Shavasana, allowing your legs to be wide, maybe even off your mat. Feet flop open, palms are up to the sky, shoulders maybe tuck them underneath you a little bit. Closing the eyes. And then together, let's take a long, slow inhale, fill up with breath. Keep filling. Pause at the top. Take one more sip of breath right there. And then open your mouth and just make some noise. Let it go into Shavasana. We'll be here for a few minutes. Slowly begin to bring some awareness back to the body. Wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. On your next inhale, just reach your arms over your head onto the floor for one final stretch from the fingertips all the way down to your toes. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, draw your knees into the chest, gently rocking from side to side. Let your knees just gently fall over to the right and take a breath or two there. Don't rush out of it. And then when you feel ready, make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring the hands together at the heart and just close the eyes. Just take a moment. Do a little mental scan of the body. Notice if the mind was able to quiet. Maybe your shoulders dropped a little more down your back. More space in the lungs and the hips. And then from here, take a long, slow inhale, fill up with breath. And an open mouth sigh out the mouth. Do that one more time. Long, slow inhale, fill up. Open mouth sigh. I'm going to close our class with the same quote we started with. Happiness is letting go of what you think your life is supposed to look like and celebrating it for everything that it is. So thank you for starting your morning early with me this morning, right here on your mat. And may the sun always shine through your heart, into your smile, and warm your soul. Have a lovely, lovely day. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. I'll have to unmute yourself because I can't do it.